What's going on, guys? Today I have forgotten my SSH key authentication. Oh no. See, what happened is I set up SSH key authentication on an entirely different install, and now I can't get back in. Look at that. Permission denied. Public key. So it means that I'm unable to SSH to the box I need to SSH into. So today I'm going to be showing you how I'm going to fix this very quickly and easily. And the reason that I was trying to log into this box is because I actually have another video planned. We are going to mess with my camera again. Remember the video I did where I covered and demonstrated using the HackerF importer pack to jam my Wi-Fi camera just to demonstrate and show what it looks like to the video receiver? Okay, well, we also did an EMP attack on that, just with a small EMP electromagnetic pulse device, just for fun, just to see how the camera reacted. And I have a little surprise for you guys on what we're doing next to mess with my camera, just to kind of test things out. It's my own camera after all. Let's get to the point though of this video. This video is, how do you fix this problem? Before I record that other video, I want to fix this because I need to log in to fix the camera and set it up so I can do this demonstration. So thank you members and those who support this. Everyone who supported this, sharing videos, commenting, liking, anything you do, coffees, everything I'm appreciative of. But what I am doing is I'm using some of that to set up this Wi-Fi camera, and I'm going to end up messing with it. I'm going to save what I'm using. I'm going to be using another hardware device this time, and I'll leave it a surprise. But the point is, if you ever run into this problem for this video, I did want to record while I'm fixing this because it's a really simple and easy fix, something that many people probably already know what to do. But for Linux beginners, this video is for you. If you ever run into this, you set up SSH key authentication, you followed my previous video and blog post showing you how to do that, and now you don't have a way to log in with a password because we restricted our SSH to only accept the key authentication. So what we're going to do is we're just going to simply reverse that. We're going to disable the requirement for key authentication, just in case anyone on the internet who's a Linux beginner runs into this problem. So the first thing I'm going to need to do is I'm just simply going to unplug the Linux box that I'm trying to SSH into, which is this box right here. It is a Pi device, obviously, and what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to unplug it, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the storage, and then I'm going to mount that on this computer, and from there we're going to fix our SSH configuration. So let's get started. So I'm going to mount it to a known location. This mount command here, then I select the device I want to mount, the partition exactly, and so you wouldn't want to just do the BLK0, which is the whole device. You need to mount the specific partition to a existing directory. So it may be /mount for you. For me, I like to do /mount/disk, and sometimes I'll make some others just so I have clear labels of what I'm working on in case I'm working on multiple disks at a time, as I tend to do. So at this point, what am I going to do? Well, I'm going to go into the SSH key authentication. What I need to do is, now that I'm in this /mnt/disk, that is the root. So as you can see right here, I have all my main directories at the root, and then I need to go into the etc SSH directory. At this point, I then want to simply open it up in an editor of choice, and I'm going to open up the sshd _config, and at this point what I need to do is sort of reverse all the things I did. So I'm just going to simply cross out that public authentication, and then I'm going to I like to put a few of these so I don't forget which ones to undo. So I kind of use a series of hash marks to kind of mark it and say, okay, I just need to delete the 3 hash marks on the lines. And so there we go. And at this point, we're just going to then unmount our device. And then what we're going to do, as you can see, this password authentication no And what that does is it disables the password authentication. This is something I covered in SSH hardening. A blog post and video that's associated with it can be found on the blog at bmc.link/politictech. If you're interested in setting up SSH key authentication, if you haven't already, now that I have hashed out, which means that it will allow me to use password authentication, I can then simply do this, and I can write it. So I'm doing colon and then WQ, write and quit. And at that point, now all I have to do is plug. Well, first I want to unmount my storage device. First you want to get out of the directory because you can't unmount it properly without because when it's in use, if I tried to unmount it while I was still inside the disk, it wouldn't allow it. So I need to get to another directory first, then you'll use the umount and then the location you mounted. So now I've unmounted my disk. All I need to do, take the storage device that I just plugged into my computer, that I just mounted and edited that SSH configuration file, and now all I have to do is insert it back into the device where I was blocked from using SSH to log in, as we saw up here at the top. So this, what I just edited, was on this actual device. I pulled the storage out. I put it in my computer or attached it to my computer through what other cable or whatever method that you need to use to attach that storage device. Then you just simply hash out the prevention of password authentication so that it will no longer block the password authentication. Now it should allow me to log in by SSH. Let's go ahead and give it a shot. So now I've unmounted the disk. I'm going to detach the disk, reinsert it into this device here, and then I'll power it back on, and hopefully it'll allow me to SSH in. Alright, so now I should be able to SSH into that same box, and let's see what happens. There we go. So that's a good sign. It didn't automatically deny it, as we saw permission denied up here. So of course, now I can log in. And there we have it. I've logged into the camera box, and now I'll be able to set it up for our coming video. So get ready for that. We're going to be messing around with the camera again, and just to see what happens to it. This should be fun though. So stay tuned, make sure to follow, subscribe, and I look forward to doing this camera video with you. It should be something different. See you guys soon.